All right, thank you for playing. I got a pretty good turnout eventually. Thank you. My tablet won't turn on, so I figured out how to use OBS for a timer up top, so you'll be able to see. We'll go over for my return to Blade game. So I was able to get enough to run 3-person. We're going to do a 3 nomination timer. Usual, so you have 3 nominations to do for the timer runs out. If the timer runs out, you go to sleep. All right. Village team when they kill the village team wins when they kill all other teams. Werewolf teams win if they reach parity with the villagers once the vampires are dead. Same thing for the vampires. Vampires win when they reach parity with the villagers when the werewolves are dead. In this game, I'm not gonna have an immunity pass. That was for a different thing. So you may or may not have a deflector shield, which can take yourself off a nomination and immediately nominate somebody else. So it's kind of powerful. And so the way I've worded it is for the other one. I just saw that. So, but since you're doing one nomination, you can remove yourself and immediately nominate somebody else. So it's kind of powerful. This curse. So curse, you may or may not know you're a villager. Or I'm sorry, you're a curse. I may send you a curse, or I may just send you a villager. You don't know. As I just explained, the villager, you do nothing. You just stay asleep unless you have an item. Who knows? Oh yeah. Oh, with the items, that reminds me. So the guns we've been using have been used so much, they're rusty now. So it's not a 50% chance you will die or kill the person. So you have to be really conscious. Mentalist. So in this game, I'm going to try something a little bit different. Since I don't have like a big game, I'm going to try a lazy mentalist. The first night you get to check somebody, and the next night they'll check somebody else. Then you'll learn if those 2 people are on the same team. And then, by the way, all these roles are possible, and they're not guaranteed in the role or in the game. So might have a baby dragon that has 2 lives, cannot come out unless you lose a life. Might have a huntress that gets a 1 night per game action where you wake up and shoot somebody. It's a 1-time use. You have the bodyguard, which whenever they wake up and protect, they're protect from any elimination from night. It also protects against vampire bites, werewolf bites, huntress shot, or anything else might shoot. We didn't reach 16 players, so don't worry about the Paranoid or the Undertaker, because they were like a 2 thing I was going to try, but I didn't reach 16 players, so don't worry about them. They're not in the game. Blade, I changed how Blade works. So Blade's going to act like a chupacabra. She can wake up each night trying to find vampires. And once he kills all the vampires or all the vampires are eliminated, he starts looking for werewolves and try to kill them. But he doesn't kill werewolves till all the vampires are dead. And he is immune for the vampire's bite. So if the vampires try to poison him, he will not get poisoned. Werewolves, they wake up each night, try to shoot somebody to eliminate. There's a possibility of a wolf cub. If the wolf cub dies, the werewolves get to kill 2 people. Possible of a werewolf hunter. If eliminated, you immediately kill another player. Also have a possibility of a tough wolf. You just have 2 lives. And like I said, for vampire, vampires choose collectively at night, I will roll a d4. So that means whoever they bitten, they'll at night 0 too. So if you're a vampire, you get that night 0. You get to bite somebody unless it's protected by the vampire or protected by the bodyguard. I will roll a d4 and that person will have that many days to live. And added this late because I didn't know how many people I'll get. So there's a possible of a hoodlum tanner. Night 0, I'll go ahead and make it 2 people. The hoodlum tanner's in the game. He has to choose 2 people to die before he dies. Since we had enough people. And that's pretty much all the possible roles in the game. Any questions? Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped over one, didn't I? There's also a possibility of diseased. So if the disease dies by either wolves or vampires, they don't get that team does not get at the next night.
So quick question just about deflector shields. I'm assuming if you have a deflector shield and you deflect and you chose someone who had immunity pass, that exposes they have an immunity pass, or you just aren't allowed to choose?
No, immunity pass is not in this game because that was designed for the other, so we won't have immunity passes.
Okay, because I thought like if you pick someone who has immunity pass, that means you've wasted your deflector shield, so you haven't really used it.
It doesn't matter because immunity pass isn't in the game. So let's.
I know. Just in my head, I was like, I'm wondering like if that was maybe a
Will the vampires get a choice night 0?
I just said that. Yeah, they'll get a choice.
Yeah, sorry. Okay.
Yeah,
Is this like this? Is this like this trial game we did that if the werewolves and the vampires attack the same person?
Good point. Werewolves will act first before the vampires. So if the wolves targets the same person the vampires target, the person they would die to the wolves instead. So they'll be acting first. If that makes sense.
And there is no like if they target the same person, the person turns or something.
No,
like
we're not doing that.
Okay. Just
that was badly last time, so I'm not doing that. That was a trial run. That was a test run. So yeah, in this game, the wolves are going to act first, and so they'll kill if they target the same person, the wolves will get the kill first, and vampires won't have an effect on it. They'll just die immediately. Let's see. I'm going over a couple of things. Any other questions while I adjust some stuff? It's time to go to sleep. First and foremost, let me get 15 to wake up. 15. Do 15, go to sleep. Number five. Number 5, go to sleep. Number 8. Number 8. Number 8, go to sleep. 25. Think 25, go to sleep. Let's get number 30. Number 30. Number 30, go to sleep. And number 40. Number 40. Thinking number 40, go to sleep.
J40, you sunk my battleship.
Oh, not that much.
Lottery?
Oh, good call. There you go. A lottery.
The lottery is eating into our time.
I'll fix it. I can easily fix it.
It
You
took
wouldn't
10
have-
minutes
you
off our
wouldn't have
time.
raised your hand then if you had known that.
Fast day one.
Jugan won day one, and he chose to cut the timer in
Harvey,
half.
you have won the lottery. Choose a number between 1 and 6.
6.
All right. I'll send you what you got.
Well, day one, not too much to go on, but I trust Cody and Joel completely.
Oops, my bad. Don't worry about that.
Because we're
Sepia
sepia
gang.
tone.
Sepia gang, rise up.
Well, to actually talk about the game, the
This is the
village.
game.
Well, yes, the village here is actually a pretty big disadvantage. So there's 4 teams, right? The village team, werewolves, vampires, and then he said the hoodlum tanner is definitely in the game.
There's a hoodlum tanner too.
I said everything on the screen is possible in the game.
Oh,
Except for everything's possible to be in the game. Not doesn't mean everything's in the game. The only ones you
He
know
worded it.
for sure are not in the game is the Paranoid and the Undertaker, because I didn't get 16 players.
I think the
Oh,
way he
okay.
worded it, it sounded like he was clarifying it's definitely in the game, but he was saying if it's in the game, this is definitely going to be 2 people is what they're going to be required. I think he worded it in a way that was confusing.
Okay,
Okay.
I heard that it was in the game. Okay,
I think you used the word definite or something like that, and it made us imply that it wasn't the game, but I think you were just trying to clarify that
Yeah, I was just trying to
The number of
clarify it's going to be
people.
2 people, not 1 person. Because
if it's in the game.
I thought
So
we
does
could
that
have 7
mean-
people, so I thought 1 would be better. But
So does that mean that there might not be any werewolves?
Say fat chance, but maybe.
yeah.
No, I
Maybe.
think I asked before.
Does that mean there may not be
there
any
was
villagers?
Not everyone was here yet, and I asked from Jugan if he has enough players to make a 3-party game happen, and he said as long as there's 10, it's possible, and we are more than 10, so I think there is both vampires and werewolves.
I think the question becomes
Oh.
if there's a hoodlum tanner that we have to be on the lookout for. So
Well, we could figure it out really easy. If we have Blade, they could just come out. And then we'll know that there's vampires in the game.
Do we think we have 2 wolves and 2 vampires, or 3 wolves and 3 vampires?
that's good.
Or are they even equal?
I actually don't see a reason for Blade not to come out because he can't be killed by the vampire's bite, and the wolves don't necessarily want to take him out because he's going to be killing vampires. So I really don't see a reason why Blade wouldn't want to come out. Everyone has their own game, but just looking at this rules list, I kind of with Alex on that. I don't see a reason why they wouldn't come out.
If I was a werewolf, I would kill the blade if they came out. I mean, I don't think.
I mean, late
It would-
game,
it
yeah,
would
but
be
you
a
want them to
clear
take out some
villager.
vampires first. So I don't see why they couldn't come out.
Because it'd be a cleared villager.
Well, how many wolves and vampires do we think we have in the village?
What'd you say, Chris?
Am I hard to hear?
How many wolves and vampires
How
do
many-
you think there are?
I mean, normally if it was just wolves, the count would be 3 wolves.
2 wolves, 3 vampires.
That's what I
But
expected.
vampires cannot die at night, so I think there should rather be more wolves than vampires, no? Don't you think that? Because
I'm thinking where it's either 2 and 2 or 3 werewolves, 2 vampires. Like,
I just figured
Nah.
because of Blade being able to kill vampires, there'd be an extra
oh
vampire.
yeah, that's
Before an
Yeah,
extra
That's
werewolf.
true.
That makes more
That's
sense.
That's what I
didn't think
expected.
about that.
you don't think you would
Because like
put
when you draw the
3 and
Chupacabra,
3.
you want extra werewolves, and he was kind of saying that it's like the Chupacabra now. So
Yeah,
I was
that's true.
expecting it to
3
be
and
more
3
heavily
would
stacked.
be half the village.
Yeah, I think 3 and 3 is too much. I think 3 and 2. I mean, there's curse, so it could be 2 and 2.
If there's a tough wolf, that means
I don't think it
that
would be more than 5 5 werewolf villagers, and then potentially a hoodlum. Man, that's brutal. If there's a hoodlum tanner as well.
it's potentially tough wolf in the game as well. So that's like a more or less. an
We
extra
also have the potential of guns in the game, so we should keep that in mind for rolls coming out.
That's a really,
Would
really
anybody
bad
ever
gun.
use a gun? Like, who's a villager firing at a random I mean, not a random person, I guess someone you're suspicious of, but still non-confirmed, non-villager. Is it worth risking
If
your
I
own
had a
life?
gun, I would use it.
Yeah, I
Just
know
gonna
you
say,
would. 'Cause you're Alex.
Alex's 10-second shooting of Adam a few games ago. That was
If I
pretty
was up
spectacular.
for, if I was up for third nom and it was pretty obvious that I was gonna be voted out and I knew that there was a specific rollout, then I would use a gun.
You can't.
You can't
use
use
a
Can't
gun
during the
nominated vote,
nomination.
clarified.
No.
Oh, you can't?
No.
Okay.
The nominated person can't, but somebody else could, right?
If somebody says your name before there's a second, you say, "I'm using my gun."
Quick draw.
Yeah.
But it just says before the
Martyrdom.
timer runs out, no? Or
That was the other way.
Graham, what are your thoughts?
I wasn't paying enough attention during the intro to have any input on like the number of wolves or vampires. That's been really the only discussion so far, other than whether or not Blade should come out, which, I mean, they could at some point. It doesn't really make sense to do that day one.
Let's make it simple. You cannot use guns during any nomination. That way, it's not a shouting match or whatever. I don't want to deal with that. So
420.
Make it
Again,
simple.
did you let vampires choose a name, Night Zero?
if you were listening, I said yes. It's even in the rules.
And so
I
that
mean,
means
that
we
kind of
have to be.
sucks for whoever got chosen because they didn't even get to say anything before they got chosen.
So we have to be careful about who we nominate then? Is that what that means? I wasn't paying attention. I was playing Battleship.
No,
Poisoned.
they're gonna die regardless. So
They'll
don't
die
even-
in either tomorrow morning or 3 mornings after that, somewhere in that gap.
Okay, gotcha.
Or they might die because we kill them anyway.
So it's like a poison bite.
Yeah, it's just a delayed kill.
Davey, what are you thinking?
No, I struggle with games with more than 2 teams to keep everything straight. I was trying to look at who I was keeping track of, like number 15, number 25 definitely acted last night because of how long it took, and I didn't know if that is helpful to be thinking about. I mean, probably not a discussion about it, but that's really the only thing I've been thinking of. I haven't gotten any reads off of anybody, and I don't know how to read because there's multiple teams.
Is this a 3 nomination system?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll nominate Colton.
You eliminate Colton or you nominate?
Nominate.
I got one for Colton.
Is that a thing? Can you just outright eliminate me? Is that a rule?
Do I have a second?
He's not CPL. Let's go.
All right. All right, added 3 minutes to the timer, so you can go. Let me go ahead and mute everybody so you can have the floor. Go ahead and defend yourself, Colton.
I don't think I would be a good choice for a kill. I am on the village team. I would like to help the village to try to find wolves and vampires. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't have much to go on yet. It hasn't been enough real direct discussion. I don't have any suspicions. Hopefully Victoria's not suspicious of me because I don't think I've done anything weird, but who knows? But yes, I am on the village team and I would like to stay alive.
All right, at this point, you can open up the questions. If you have a question for Colton only, you can raise your hand and he'll call on you.
Graham?
Why do you think Joel kept talking about Flick all day?
Did he? I didn't notice. I don't have an answer there. Okay, we good?
Any other questions? No. All right. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we need 7 to kill. 3, 2, 1. That's not enough. You're still alive.
Go on, Graham. I know you're itching to ask me.
I am actually.
Jerry, how was your day?
It's a Sunday. It's been good. Slept late. Haven't done much. Played a lot of Demon Souls. Finished team. Just taking notes. Nothing's popped out yet. Well, one thing has, but we'll see where that pans out.
Wouldn't mind hearing from Joel and Flick, maybe Chris R, if they have any thoughts. No particular order, just.
Okay. One of the things that I started thinking about looking at the role list, and there's 3 teams, and the way everything's going to end up working is if, how do I put this? Isn't like the really good, helpful village roles in this game, do they come out earlier than normal? Because there's always the fact that they could get poisoned and be dying like in a day, literally, and then they don't give up any information and they die. So like, what's the meta? They come out earlier. And that's what I was thinking. So, and there's like, there's hunters obviously, and they could kill somebody. But like the info, we have mentalist, and like if there's a bodyguard, they could just die and not help anymore. So like, I don't know, but I don't know, they wouldn't come out, but I don't know, I'm kind of worried about that, the poison. I haven't played with a vampire game before, so.
I have a rules question.
I like your tone.
If so, the way the D4 works, if you rolled a 1 last night, does that mean they die tomorrow morning, or they have died?
They'll die tonight.
Okay. So tomorrow morning you'll announce they're dead, and it's up to us to figure out if it was from what the cause of death was. Okay.
If the
We're gonna have to
bodyguard is
CSI
looking
this
for
stuff.
someone to save tonight, I would recommend Alex, Barbie, or Chris.
How do you figure that?
Because I'm going to hide behind one of the 3 of you.
Okay.
Sure.
Got it. I'd still like to hear from Chris, given that Graham is potentially hiding.
Yeah,
behind
get your
her.
talk on, Chris.
Yeah, I'm not especially suspicious of someone. I agree with David that it's hard to read like usual because of the 3 parties, like the 3 teams. I think I trust Davy. I'm really not sure on anybody else.
I have a question, Chris. Do you think it's interesting that Graham's claiming a role that's not in the game?
That's to say, is another one that got taken out?
Not really.
I said I
That's
wasn't
a-
paying attention, right?
That's a typical Graham
We have
thing.
17 seconds.
I want to use these nominations. I'm going to nominate Jerry. I did not like what she said earlier.
Alrighty.
Okay.
All right. Hold on. Make sure you get the floor. By the way, I'm adding 3 minutes for a nomination to give a minute for defense, a minute for questions, and some, for like, and the other minute is for me muting people and voting and all that stuff. So that's what I'm doing. Just give everybody a heads up. So go ahead, Jerry, defend yourself.
Okay, I am on the village team, and yeah, day 1 is always difficult to find out what people think, sort of build a picture of who people trust. Sort of sachet, it's hard to think who could be sort of not trustworthy. The fact that Cody wanted Blade to come out is a bit weird, because even though we can't die by the vampires, the wolves can still get him, because as soon as Blade finds the vampires, he then can start targeting the wolves, so that gives him a target to protect the wolves later on. So I thought that was a bit weird. Graham said he's hiding behind people. That's typical Graham saying stuff like that. Yeah, nothing really yet. I was actually going to say I think Josh was on the good list because of what you said earlier about the numbers and stuff, but the fact that he doesn't seem to trust me. I'm like, okay, maybe I don't know what he's seen in me, but I am good, and please keep me alive.
Okay, now open the floor to questions. I will say at this point too, I got a question. So the lazy mentalists, they had a night check, night 0. So where they check tonight, I'll either hold up same team or not same team. Go ahead.
Victoria?
This is for Jugan. Do we know what night rolls die? Like,
No.
not rolls, but teams. Okay.
You want to know who dies at night? If there's no more questions, we'll go into voting. You'll need 7 to kill. You have 1 more nomination after this. Yeah. We're gonna mute everybody. Boom. Hold on. 3, 2, 1. Only 2 down. You're still alive. Now I'm going to adjust the time accordingly. You have a minute left.
Chunky monkey.
That's a Ben and Jerry's flavor.
Is it? I suppose.
Yeah.
I've only been there once. But we have 40 seconds left.
Graham, Colton, and Joel are at the top of my list.
No, Joel's good.
Out of those 3, I'd prefer to go for Joel.
I don't like
How
any
many
of
are
those 4,
strong?
including Davey. As suspicious as people, they're fine.
I do think that Colton's something, but I'd rather go for Joel. Just like I'd rather go for Cody or Alex.
I'll nominate Joel.
I'll nominate Joel.
All right. I got 2 for Joel. Regardless of what happens, you're going to sleep after this. So let me get everybody. All right. Joel was nominated. So Joel, go ahead and defend yourself.
So I'm not sure why I'm getting sus thrown at me, but I'm on the village, and I don't think just because I know we played yesterday, and I guess the meta is 3rd nom, you always vote down, or some people play like that. I don't know if everybody plays like that, but I recommend not to do that. That's my defense.
Anybody have any questions? You can call on them. Joel, you have to call on them if you want to answer questions.
Alex.
Do you have a role that the village would want to know about before they vote on you? Since it is 3rd nomination?
Okay. I hope there's a bodyguard. I'll say I'm an info gathering role. And if there's not a bodyguard, I'm dead. Jerry?
So 2 questions. Who you sus on and why did you vote down on me?
I don't know. I like hearing your defense. I just wanted to vote down on you, and I would be sus on Victoria. Because I feel like, I don't know, at least from my perspective, obviously there's bias. I feel like I'm obviously not an evil role, so I feel like she's just trying to get me out early. So if I survive, I'm gonna use my gun on her tomorrow. No more questions.
That makes it easy. All right. Still need 7 to kill. We're voting on Joel's life. 3, 2, 1. Only 4 down. You're still alive. So now we can go into night. Everybody can go to sleep. Number 15. think number 15 go to sleep. Number 5. Number 5. Thank you. Number 5 go to sleep. Number 8. Number 8. Number 8 go to sleep. 25. 25. Let's get number 40. Number 40. Thank you. Number 40 go to sleep. Number 30. Number 30.
Julian, I think you're muted.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll put it down. My bad. Thank you for
I was
reminding
thinking that's a really long dramatic pause.
y'all come down to breakfast, like I was saying. You realize Flick didn't show up, so you go to check her house. It was all busted open and torn apart. Flick, you're dead. But do not turn off your camera because you're a member of the Ghost Council number 1. And Colton, you are the winner of the lottery. So here's a number between 1 and 5.
Number 5.
All righty, I'll send you that. All righty, and got that.
Whoa.
I'm a Jugan.
That lottery takes up so much
Nominate
time.
Jugan.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Just to add more time to the clock.
Joel, my sepia brother, I really liked your defense until you said you were going to use
got a
your
bathroom.
rusty plugged up revolver to shoot Victoria. What was up
Oh,
with that?
I loved the
Don't
3
worry.
hands going
All
up.
right, I'll come out. Victoria and Josh are on different teams.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. We
Alex, why didn't you die last night?
What was that?
Where'd you get your second life from?
Did you vampire me or something?
Vampires don't have a kill that's going to happen that night.
I'm sorry, I'm not.
I don't
Okay.
think I'm following.
I'm the huntress. Why didn't you die, Alex?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can answer that, but I won't.
All right.
Yeah. You messed up.
Wow.
I will vote down on any of Cody, Alex, or Joel. I don't care what their roles are.
Well, I'll come out. Sure. I'm Blade. So werewolves, you can leave me alone. I don't care about you. I'm just killing those filthy vampires right now. So if anybody has any
How does the huntress-
oh, and to answer Victoria's silly question, I have a bulletproof vest. But
But
so
a huntress doesn't use a gun.
The bulletproof vest says it. So
yeah, read the document.
Oh.
So
I can clear Barbie. I hid behind her last night and I didn't die. So
so apparently I don't have a bulletproof vest anymore. But
Barbie's now my number one suspicion.
But yeah, if any villagers have any suspicions on who a vampire might be, feel free to let me know that. Or if there's any werewolves that want to pepper in that information as well, feel free. You know, I'm always looking for suggestions.
Wait, did we not find out what team Flick was on? Did you say that? Or is that a Jugan?
We won't. So twofold. Jugan doesn't announce roles at night, and he also doesn't announce roles until after the death council or whatever is done. So
I think
So
Flick
day
has to
kills,
be a
we find out what team
villager.
they're on.
yes,
Flick has
day
to
kill
be
we
a
will.
villager
Thank you.
because I assume that it's unlikely that the vampire was like a night, like they got number one, and that the werewolves didn't get a kill. So I assume the werewolves killed her, and werewolves can't kill vampires, right?
Yeah,
Unless Alex targeted Flick.
Oh.
I guess he would have said that.
Nope. Should I say who I targeted? Because I can clear somebody as being a wolf or a human.
Yeah. Why
yeah.
not?
So Chris R is good.
Okay. I mean, so we know
100%
that either
good.
Josh or Joel are something bad. Are there lichens?
No.
They're on the list.
So, okay, you know what? I'm just going to use my rusty gun. I'm going to shoot Alex.
Thanks, Victoria.
I don't mind.
I was going to come out anyway, but I hoped that my bulletproof vest would protect me from the vampires.
Rolled a 100-sided die.
Give me a coin.
All zeros, so it means you rolled a 0. So Josh, you are now dead. But don't close off your camera. You're the second member of the Ghost Council.
Isn't a 0 actually 100?
Yeah, 2 zeros is 100.
Yeah, therefore I had perfect aim.
But
Otherwise, you're 1 to 49, 0 to 49, and 50 to 99 just sounds funky.
No. Jugan got it right.
Yeah, it's 100 set. You roll 2 die. One has 2 zeros, one has a 0.
right.
Okay.
No, you're
So if
right.
it's a 1, it'd be
Gotcha.
100.
Do we know what?
I thought you legitimately
team?
had like a 100-side die. It's just the percent.
Yeah, we know what Josh
don't
was.
have
He
one
was a
of those.
vampire.
I was like, I don't know what that looks like a ball.
Jugan, do we get to know who Josh was?
Oh, not until the Death Council's acted.
Okay.
So yeah, can you
I mean,
clarify? I
it's
wanted to
pretty
ask, what's the
obvious
Death
what he was.
Council? What's the
I
Death
mean,
Council
it
do?
is,
I'm not
but
familiar with it.
I
Or
wouldn't
the
mind
Ghost
giving
Council. even though you just-
confirmation.
So 2 vampires left. So I'm doing my job.
What does the Ghost Council do? I'm not used to them sticking around.
So they cannot act, they can't act, make any show, they can't do anything. They just sit there quietly while you look at them as they are dead. And when the third member, the final member of the Ghost Council acts or gets a thing, they'll choose somebody to be safe from a nomination and choose somebody to nominate, and then the village chooses the second nomination. The village will vote on the 2 nominees, and then they have a chance to overturn that nominee when the timer runs out.
Oh, Cody changed his color. Okay, I'm just after Alex and Joel now.
To be honest, I heard half of that. I was watching Josh through the Macarena.
Both
But it's fine.
Did you
Always on the bottom.
did you have to change the order? I had it so great so that I didn't have to see Alex, Joel, or Cody, and now I don't get to see Colton or you either. If
Are you on your phone?
No, I'm moving my Zoom because it hurts my head to see their stupid filter.
I
Hence
don't
why
have
I'm
a
trying to kill
filter on
them.
anyway. I didn't
Yeah, I
realize
didn't
that the
realize that you
filter
didn't
affected
have a
you.
filter.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to have him go back to normal, we can.
I was wondering,
So
Davey,
everybody
you
has
had
the
some.
filter on. Take the filters off, please.
I was
Good
wondering,
job,
Davey,
Harvey.
you had some pretty strong suspicions already day one. Have you found? Have they changed, or have you? How do you
Me?
feel about? Yeah,
I didn't have
at least
any suspicions. Oh, you're
there were
talking
like
about
3
the three
names
that I'm
out.
sorry. Yes, you're talking about. I was like, I didn't say anyone, but I forgot at the end I did say the three. Yeah, I don't know if I believe Joel. I voted up on Joel because I figured.
I used my gun on Davey.
So as
Alrighty.
Joel's trying to kill me, if you're the mentalist, that makes no sense whatsoever.
I think it's, I don't know. I don't believe that you don't believe that I'm the mentalist.
Yeah, but if you're the
But as a
wouldn't
mentalist, why do you
wanna-
want a 50% chance to die?
Yeah.
That's absurd.
I don't know. I
Very
don't care
bad.
anymore.
He's not CPR, whatever it's called. Life is meaningless.
I'm not trying to get you out anymore.
30. So Joel, you're now part of the Ghost Council.
Nice.
Oh,
So you're Ghost Council number 3. And now,
Did nominations stop working or something?
yep. So at the end of the day, the Ghost Council will do their thing, and then the village will vote on the second nomination, and then we'll do the up and down to kill whoever.
Werewolves, I would be very grateful if you killed Alex. I'd take the fall. Everybody would assume it was me, so.
Okay. Sorry, they act immediately, the Death Council?
Well, you have 4 minutes left in the day, and at the end of the day, they do their thing.
What is their
Right.
thing? Is that a mystery?
So at the end of the day, the Ghost Council will raise up. Each one raise up a name, and the majority of whoever has majority, that person is. I'll do the protect who's protected from a nomination, and then the second one they'll nominate somebody, and then once they do their thing, the village will nominate the second nomination. So there'll be 2 nominees, and you do the up and down the vote who you want to kill, and then wherever the vote is, they have to vote unanimously.
Anonymously.
Yeah, to overturn that vote. Who do we lose?
Barbie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we pause the time until she comes back?
I don't have that capability with this app, but I can just add.
One thing that never got discussed. Did anybody remember? I wanted to say when we first wake up. Did anybody remember if there was a missing number from the rolls called last night, implying that there was a hoodlum Tanner?
No, they were all there, but he switched number 40 and number 30 from night 0 to night 1. I don't know if that's meaningful.
So who do we think the other 2 vampires are?
I still think you're a vampire, Alex.
If you say so, Victoria.
Alex, I love how the game's literally called Blade, and yet you put Buffy.
Sorry, laptop shut down. I'll be right back. I should be back. I'll add a few minutes when she comes back, or a couple minutes.
Davey, who were yours?
I think it's Cody and Colton or something bad.
Your read's always good,
I mean,
Victoria.
I'm looking at Victoria and Davey at the moment.
Just
I
so you
mean-
know, if anybody wants to claim my number's 8, so.
Yeah, I mean, Victoria came out as the huntress, so it makes sense that she would know that I wouldn't die. That clears her for me.
Very suspicious though. Like, I don't know. I'm just thrown off by that. Because she keeps going after
Our-
you,
our-
Alex. Maybe if you turn off your sepia tone, we'll see a different thing and not get some confusion.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, Alice, can you turn that off, please? It's giving
Sure.
somebody a headache.
I can do that.
Sorry, everyone. I'm back.
Oh look, Alex is he's clear. He's good. Nobody needs to kill Alex anymore.
Victoria, who would you rather have on the nomination, Cody or Colton? Because you're cleared and your read's always quite good and we don't listen to you and we always should.
Oh, I think it's both of them. I don't care. It's you. Both of them.
And I'm like Colton.
I'm also on Colton.
I don't know what you're doing.
Also
The
on elimination.
Death Council day.
Oh. Okay,
Right.
well, death cancel. My thoughts are that it's Colton and Coney. But
I mean, well, but I guess I don't need to wait to be nominated to give a defense. I mean, I am on the village team. I don't think, I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea to try to kill me, but
so I think Flick's the only good person on the death council. So I think Flick's the only person who's gonna help us.
you don't think Joel was actually the
No,
mentalist?
I don't.
Just
Didn't
making
you say that just before he started using the gun that you still believed him? Or did
He
something more
could-
happen?
He could be mentalist, but I don't believe him. I wouldn't have tried to kill him yet if time went on, but I'm leaning towards not believing him.
Who did he say he had checked? He had checked.
Victoria
Me
and
and Josh.
Josh.
Okay.
I mean, I believe the statement that they're on separate teams, but I can't imagine any possible reason that the mentalist would give themselves a 50% chance to die for the sake of killing somebody who said they were suspicious of them when, like, the vast majority of the village voted up to save the person yesterday, and there was no chance they were going to get killed today.
He
It's
would
a
have
chill
also had
move.
2 checks. Why didn't he have 2 checks?
It's
Lazy.
lazy.
Delayed.
Lazy.
Oh, why would you?
Alrighty. It's now reached time for Ghost Council time. So, Ghost Council, please show a name for the person you want to be safe from a nomination today, and I'll take the majority. Just hold it up when you're ready. Ready, Joel? All right, reveal. Well, in this instance, I'm going to take a random roll for that. So, Joel, who did you have up? Cody?
Cody.
Okay, so Cody is safe from elimination today, from being nominated. And now, give me the person y'all wish to nominate. You ready, Joel? All right, reveal. Usually somebody gets their own thing. Joel, who'd you have up? Because the dice loved you.
Davey.
Davey. All right. Davey is now nominated. So now the villager, I need another person to go up against Davey besides Cody. Cody is safe from being nominated.
Shall we go with Flicks? She seems pretty sus on
Yeah,
Barbie.
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 Yeah.
I think Barbie or Colton.
So if we
Thank
want
you.
Barbie, raise your hand. That's
You
enough.
want Barbie?
All right.
Barbie
I'm
wants to
all
go
for this because
Davey
it's like 11
is on the
p.m.
block.
So this is great.
All right. So Davey and Barbie's on the block. So Davey, you're nominated first. So go ahead and give your defense.
I was nominated by Joel, who tried to shoot me, so that's not a surprise. And he tried to shoot me because I said I didn't believe him as the mentalist because he was willing to use his gun and then did use his gun, which kills our only info roll, like the only info roll that we have. But I don't know. I'd voted up for him. I don't know if he was or not. I'm between Colton, Cody, Graham, and Barbie.
All righty. Any questions for Davey? Nope. All right. Davey, go and meet yourself. Barbie, it's your turn to defend yourself.
Yes. I'm on the village team, but I'm very happy also to go to bed. So that's working out actually very well. My thoughts on the game so far are Josh is the vampire because he tried to shoot at Alex. So I think that's pretty clear. I think that Joel shooting actually just meant that he didn't understand the risk of the gun. I actually think he is the mentalist. I think that for the claim of Victoria, there's no doubt for me. I think she is the huntress, and I think also that Cody and Davy are good. And I'm leaning also to thinking that Jerry is good because I thought that actually when everyone said that she was suspicious, she seemed fairly relaxed, to me at least. Yeah, that's all I have.
Any questions for Barb?
Interesting that you didn't mention me in there. Why not?
Well, I think you are Blade. But yeah, I can say that if you want to have that articulated.
Okay.
All right. If there's no more questions, we're going to vote. So we're going to vote up to kill Davy, down to kill Barbie. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people. So we need 5 to kill, either one. And then the Ghost Council will have the opportunity to reverse that vote, but they have to be unanimous. 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah, that's enough. So you chose to kill Barbie. Now, Ghost Council, there's no lagging behind. If you want to change the vote, you gotta give me an up or down. I won't count you down. So hold your hands up.
Up to change, down not to change.
Correct. 3, 2, 1. That is not enough to change the vote. I'll also let people know at this time, the Ghost Council was made up of 2 villagers and 1 vampire. So Ghost Council, thank you for playing. You can go ahead and cut off your cameras. And Barbie, you're dead, but you get to shoot somebody.
I'm shooting Chris R. Sorry, Chris.
Give me 1 second. I gotta add video participants. There we go. You gonna shoot what?
Chris R.
Chris
also, good night, everyone.
All right, let's see. Alrighty. So Barbie was a werewolf hunter. She shot Chris R. Chris R. was a villager. Now everybody can go to sleep. What an interesting day. Alrighty. Let me get number 15. 15. Thank you. 15, go to sleep. Number 5. Number 5. $25. $25. $25, go to sleep. Number 40. Number 40. And number 30. Number 30. y'all wake up because it was, and y'all come down to breakfast and you realize it was a bloody night last night. You realize that Cody and Victoria did not show up to breakfast. You go check their houses and they're dead. And Alex, give me a number between 1 and 4. You win the lottery.
Between 1 and what?
4.
3.
All right. Send your item. Oh, let me put some time on the clock, huh?
So, another vampire wasted. Got him.
Okay. Just because of where we are with number stuff, I'm the bodyguard, and I think we need to find out who are clear villagers, and so we can.
Well, you know me.
Chances are. Yeah, I know you, and that's why I trust you. But I don't know
Alex,
who.
which one was the vampire?
Cody.
So I feel like Davey's gonna come after me again, but I don't actually think Davey's bad. I would go for Colton.
not
if I had to kill
Coming
someone.
after you, Graham. I'm going after Colton.
Right, cool.
So we got what we reckon we got 1 vampire and 1 werewolf left.
Well, there might not be any vampires. It might have only been the 2. So werewolves can probably kill me at any time. I'm thinking there's only the 2, but I'm happy to keep shooting people.
Jugan, would you tell us if a single team was eliminated?
No, I don't think you would. Would you? Yeah. I think that's
Only people you know about is daytime deaths and whoever's on the ghost team.
Well, Victoria's a bit pre-adamant about Colton.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just a villager, but Davey's my biggest suspicion, I think. I wasn't so sure what was going on with the whole thing with Joel, but I do want to trust Jerry, and obviously I do trust Alex, and I think Davey has been more suspicious than Graham for me. Yeah, that's my viewpoint.
For the record, Joel, I believe you now.
Graham, what are your thoughts on everything?
I mean, I also believe Joel, but I don't understand why he used his gun. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I think
it was a Chad move. It was a Chad move.
I think we kill Colton today. Davey targets. I don't know who he targets tonight. Hopefully, Jared gets a save, but I don't think he'll kill me because I'm left to be suspicious in a final 3. So, don't protect me.
I mean, obviously, Jerry, protect yourself if you can.
Don't give any indication of whether you can or can't.
Yeah, if you can't, Alex, because I think like those 2 are confirmed. So obviously, we want them 2 in the final 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Victoria's veto. I think she definitely Colton.
Yeah, I'm thinking Colton. I don't have sus on Davey for that interaction with Joel. I think he was, trying to play devil's advocate, and then Joel just immediately up and shot him.
Do we nominate, or Colton, do you want to say something?
I mean, yeah, I mean, my name's been tossed around. I think I understand. So I think you can go ahead and nominate me, and then we'll proceed from there. Like I said, I am just a villager, but I mean, it made sense what you said. So I think I'm just trying to think of how it affects.
Colton, if you have a
overall
gun and you
condition.
wanted to use it on Davey, that would be really helpful right now.
Could use it on
Before we-
myself and then
Unless
still
Graham
have the
is
same
bad.
odds.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about Graham.
Oh, we're down to 5 people, so I only need 1 nomination.
I'm gonna play it like there's only 1 werewolf left, and that's the end of the game.
We doing this? And I'm like Colton.
I got one for Colton. So let me add some more time. Alrighty, Colton, you can let me mute everybody so you can have the floor. So you can go ahead and unmute yourself and defend yourself.
I don't have anything to say. I mean, I think you guys are gonna try to kill me. So go ahead. We'll proceed with the day. And I still want to try to get a village win out of this. So I do think Davy is the last wolf. Yeah. Okay. Graham. Yes.
I'm not asking you about your role, but since there's a bunch of things on the rule sheet that are seemingly completely inaccurate, is it possible there's a baby dragon in the game? Do you know, or if that was mentioned in the rule list, if it possibly exists?
Is that a question to Jugan or to me? I mean, I can
I'll ask
answer.
Jugan. Jugan,
I
is
was
there
waiting for Jugan to
possibly a
clarify.
baby
But I
dragon in
mean,
the game?
Everything on the list is a possibility being in the game.
Got it. Okay, cool.
I was watching Jugan just drinking his coffee, and I was like, "Is he gonna answer?"
Alrighty. Well, no further 5 in the game, so we need 3. Oh, you got a question?
Colton, are you the baby dragon?
You're muted.
He can't come out anyway if he wants.
I'm just a villager.
All right. Voting on Colton's life. Need 3 to kill. 3, 2, 1. That's enough. You try to bring Colton down to the gallows. He Armstrongs everybody and walks away. Get number 15 to wake up. Number 15. Get number 5. Number 5. Number 25. 25. If I go to sleep. Number 40. Number 40. And last but not least, number 30. Number 30. You know, 30 go to sleep. Y'all wake up, come down to breakfast, and realize that everybody's alive. Everybody's eating breakfast. But the lottery is over now, so there's no more. There's no more.
Nominate Davy.
I got 1 for Davy. Oh, let me add some time to the clock. Ugh.
I can confirm that Davy's not a vampire.
I mean, when did you attack him? Just tonight? So then either he's not.
Doesn't matter because Davy's been on a block. He's been nominated. So, Davy, go ahead and defend yourself.
Well, I want Graham to, or not Graham, I want Colton to ask a question and let us know if he's now claiming baby dragon, because he's either that or the tough wolf, right? Okay, so he's saying he is. Well, I mean, I guess, well, yeah, I guess you have to. I just wanted to make sure, just like Jerry was hoping you would say no yesterday to confirm that you were the tough wolf. If there is only one werewolf, then it's safe to kill me, and then kill Colton in the final 3. Unless it's Graham. I don't know why Graham nominated me. I'm hoping he'll clarify that. Oh, because you're trusting Colton as the baby dragon instead of the tough wolf? Okay. I mean, if that one seems more likely to you, then go for it. But whatever. I mean, I'm not a werewolf, so you know who I'm going for, and that's where I stand, Jerry.
Don't you think it might be more beneficial to have a couple of minutes to chat before we nominated someone?
I mean, yeah, if I survive, we should chat and talk, and then if you want to come back to me, that's fine. But I think you should let Colton and I both talk and then decide from there, not just Graham believing that Colton is the baby dragon. Yeah.
But does it matter? We kill you today, we kill Colton tomorrow.
It matters if you're bad.
I'm not, so no problem.
From your perspective, then no, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
But from everybody else's who doesn't know about you, then yeah, it matters.
That's fair.
Alrighty, so we're voting on Davey. So we need 3 to kill. 3, 2, 1. That's not enough. So Davey, you're still alive.
Did we have a lottery today?
No, we
No,
did not.
Trevor.
Were we supposed to?
I nominate myself. Ugh.
The lottery pool running dry. I mean,
I don't think you can nominate twice in a row.
I wish I could.
Okay, I feel like I had something I wanted to say, and then I got distracted by the lottery because I thought about that. Yeah, I don't remember what I was gonna say. My fear, so as the baby dragon, obviously lost a life. My fear is that usually when the baby dragon game, there also will be a tough wolf. So my fear is if you were to come straight back to me, that we wouldn't have enough time to kill the tough wolf because it might take 2 nights if that's what's going on. So
Alex,
I
what do you think?
understand Graham's viewpoint of, he's cleared and he trusts 2 people. So, in his view, from his perspective, if he's actually on the village, it makes sense. But it's also convenient if he's not on the village to just spend time killing not him. So
I would warn against waiting till a 3rd nom though, because somebody might have a deflector shield. So we need to kill on the 2nd, even if it's me.
Alex, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking that there probably aren't any vampires left. There was no kill last night, so I believe Jerry now. I wasn't exactly sure if I did last night. Colton is either baby dragon or tough wolf. I should be killing werewolves now, so I should get one more chance to kill. So I'm just trying to figure out who I'm going to target with that. I believe I act before the werewolves, but we'll see.
So you targeted Davey and he didn't die. So if he'd been a vampire, he would have died. But
or if there's no more vampires and he was a werewolf, he would have died too, which I think there's a strong possibility that there's none left.
So Graham, you think there's a vampire left?
No. I think based on what Alex said, then Colton must be the last remaining wolf, and you're fine. I think that clears you.
I think so too.
Well, it would have been good to say that before the nomination, but
I mean, it would have been fine too if we. Like even if we'd killed Davey, you would have shot me in the night thinking I was the last wolf, been able to clear me if you lived. Like wouldn't have mattered.
Well, if I live, let's see here. I'm not gonna shoot Jerry. Obviously Davey's fine. So it's between Colton and Graham. And I might as well just tell the village who I'm gonna target in case I die. Just in case we have a tough wolf and a baby dragon, I'll target Graham.
He seems concerned. Have we had? We haven't had any actual like vampire kills, had we? I mean, unless there have been protects from the werewolves, we don't know that. But there hasn't been more than one kill plus Alex's kill ever, right?
I don't think so.
And then the one time that Victoria supposedly tried to kill you, right? And use your
Maybe their
vest.
poison wears off once their team is gone. I don't know.
Or just the people they were targeting were dying anyways.
Yeah.
Or killing themselves with guns.
Or Jerry's been way more productive than she thinks.
That'd be nice. So either we don't believe Colston's a baby dragon and we think he's a tough wolf, or do we believe him and take a punt on Graham, thinking that he might be the tough wolf and he's played us, and then it's gonna
Yeah,
fish
I think I'm the right kill here, right? Like, if we've cleared Davy, then kill me, wake up tomorrow, and then the final 2 villagers vote to kill Colton. That's fine.
Yeah, I agree. I'll nominate Graham.
Second.
Only second. Alrighty. I'll add a couple minutes to the timer. All right, Graham, go and defend yourself. I want to defend yourself. All right. You might want to ask him any questions, or you refuse to answer questions. Okay. We're voting on Graham's life. You'll need 3 to kill. And you have one more nomination after this. Choose not to kill. 3, 2, 1. As unanimous, you bring Graham down to the gallows. Kill him. He's a villager, but now the wolves just won because it's 50-50.
God damn it.
In my defense, I just became a werewolf.
Good job, wolves.
I was gonna say, I hope there's not cursed.
All right, let me
Good
do
Lord.
a traditional breakdown what happened here.
Ridiculous.
All righty. Jerry was the bodyguard. Alex was Blade. Victoria was Huntress, who tried to kill Blade the first night, but Blade thankfully had a bulletproof vest. That's why he did not die. Joel was a lazy mentalist that when he checked 2 people, they were not on the same team, didn't use a rusty gun, which was a big downside, and he lost. Cody was a vampire with a deflector shield, but he got killed tonight by Blade. Josh was also a vampire, which had a rusty gun, which didn't go well for him. Colton was a tough wolf. Barbie was a wolf hunter. You know, she had a deflector shield, but she wanted to go to bed, so she didn't use it. Chris R was the disease, which got taken out by Barbie. And Davey was the village cursed, and Graham and Flick were just villagers. Yeah, that last night, if Buffy targeted Colton, game would have been over. But
yeah, well, there was like one possibility that would possibly happen that way, and that's that Davey was targeted as a cursed.
But you guys knew there was no kill.
Yeah, but Jerry said she was a bodyguard.
Right.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that she definitely got it right.
Yeah, but why would we expect anything else? Like there's
Because
4 people.
Because there's a curse in the game.
Curse.
Did he say there was 100% guaranteed a curse?
Yes.
Well, again, we had like 12. We had like 12 people to start the game. We're down to 5. Like,
great job.
The chances of there being a
vote out
Barbie.
the person who everybody knew, like day 1 was like, and then I don't understand why people don't vote out someone, even if they think they're baby dragon. If they've already voted them out once, they were suspicious enough the first time. Why don't you just vote them again?
Yes, on the off chance he had been a baby dragon.
potential cleared villager.
It's not a cleared villager at all. I think that's Victoria's
I think
point.
if I was earlier, definitely that's great. But I think at this point in the game, it's risky to like, you're kind of going all in on me. And obviously it was the right choice to make in this case, but
I mean, you're saying this with like hindsight. Obviously, we didn't think there would possibly be 2 werewolves left in that situation.
mm-hmm.
I figured there's no vampires left. I'm killing the werewolves, so I know Davy's good. I just cleared him.
Right.
I know
Which was
that-
very convenient.
Yeah, that, yeah,
And you
of
didn't
course it was.
think about night order. And I wasn't even 100% certain that he wasn't just protected by a weird protect from Jerry. Because I was
Well, I
like, I
wasn't-
could still be the last one.
Well, yeah, I mean, I wasn't thinking about night order because I didn't think
Mhm.
like, okay, cursed. Let me think. All the possibilities in the world of crazy, weird crap that could possibly happen in a werewolf game. No.
Yeah, that night was make or break. If Colton chose you, you were protected.
Yeah.
And then
I knew it wasn't worth taking the coin flip on Alex and Jerry and then still trying to get to final two. I wasn't going to make it. So I was like, I need a cursed here or I lose.
As we were voting, I was about to say, I hope to God there's not cursed.
And then I figured, since I was pushing on Davey, it would be, I mean, I don't know, it wouldn't mean anything. But if he ended up killing me, then he would probably be the least, you'd kill Graham before Davey. Was my logic.
Curious what the lottery items were. There was 3 of them that got.
I had a
Oh, I had a
deflector
bulletproof
shield.
vest. I was super tanky.
yeah, Barbie got the deflector shield from her lottery, holding up the vest, and then anyone else got a deflector shield.
I got a deflector shield.
Yeah, you got a deflector shield.
Were any of my protects good? Or did I
No,
mess them up?
we had 3 villagers there, and not a single one of us brought up.
Yeah,
cursed
the
as a
vampires
possibility.
tried to, fight Blade, which is immune to the vampire bite first night. So, yes.
Yeah, what did the vampires do?
We tried. Well, like he just said, we tried to go after Alex night 0, and then I tried to go after Barbie because I thought she was pretty obviously
Second
And
night, I held up Colton's name as a vampire, so could have potentially taken one of his lives.
I guess that's right, Cody. Like we picked out the vampires or the werewolves on night 1, both of us. So
the poison would kill him outright.
Oh yeah, I had a question. If Alex targeted me, does bulletproof vest protect me? Is Blade part of the etc.?
I don't think he's called Gun, so.
Okay.
Did you get your bulletproof vest?
I mean, Kevlar could probably be tough to get through that night.
Me?
Through.
No, Colton.
He got it from the lottery.
Yeah.
Like day 2.
Yeah. For
Yeah,
day
if
1,
Alex
day
didn't,
1, Barbie got it. Day 2, I was like, man, the Wolves got a good lottery here.
if Alex didn't have his filter on, I would have shot you night 1. Would have gone very different.
Does it actually give you a headache, that filter?
Yeah.
It's
I just like hit everybody's screen.
I mean,
I wouldn't have
never
kept it
thought
if I
about
knew
it.
that. Like I turned it off as soon as you said that.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh, I hope everybody liked it. I think it.
I hate that gun that you did. Like,
Yeah, that was pretty garbage, but
Okay, I want to make it more of a risk.
I respect, yeah, Joel's
Gosh, I
big
kind
ball
of
play.
wish that someone else used their gun on Alex instead of my only other vampire, or at least waited.
I figured I was outed anyways. Like I figured maybe I can throw Victoria. Oh, she just came out as Huntress. Well, I guess that plan goes out the door. So I figured I was a good enough sacrifice. And then beyond ghost cancels. So but
I think it would have been better if you got targeted by him at night, though. Then it wastes a blade. Well, I guess you're going 50-50. Never mind, you're right. Yeah. 50-50 to kill him.
I actually trusted you more than I trusted the mentalist.
Joel.
Joel,
I like
yeah.
Joel's play. I don't know what you all are talking about.
Giga Chad shot, man.
I was protected
Although-
night 1.
Would Joel, if he hadn't died, would he have picked a name and then the next day picked someone else, and so he has the
We
lazy
wouldn't have lost
mentalist?
that game if Joel's shot had gone through.
Jugan, I'm asking you.
Wait, what?
If Joel had survived, he would have picked a new name that night, or he would have checked that name with the previous night.
No, it would start all over again.
See, that's such
So-
a sucky seer roll. I would have taken the shot. And I
So-
was pretty sus on Davey anyways.
They do a night 0 check, and then they do a night 1 check, and that is 1 full check. And then they have to wait until the next night to start the chain again.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a very lazy seer.
So in that case,
Yeah.
Joel would have died anyway, even if he didn't.
That's
shoot me,
Hero's
so it wasn't a
dookie.
loss.
Zero
Yeah.
Okay.
Suki.
That does
Joel,
make a
was-
lot more
I guess I
sense.
want to try it because in smaller games where he gets the check and he finds two people on the same team, and if they get this, they're all like, "Oh, they're villagers," and then all of a sudden, like you got like 3 people cleared.
I
Yeah.
figured you'd
Whenever
do
I
it where
get
they
2
would
people on the
continue
same
to be able
team-
to make checks. I thought they'd like each night get to make a check, but they got their information the next day.
Or I could change it up. His first 2 nights are lazy, and then he just goes to normal.
Joel, did you assume you were dying that night and that's why you didn't care? Like the wolves going to kill you or something?
Well, yeah, I came out and I correctly called out that Josh and Victoria are in different teams. Victoria comes out as Huntress. Josh does his like Hail Mary play, very obviously a vampire werewolf play. And then after that, I'm still getting targeted. I just got upset and I just wanted to gun for Davey. I thought he was like trying to like, because I did get some down votes the first time I was put up. And I don't know. I didn't remember
Specifically a vampire play. I don't think a werewolf would do that.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, vampire play. But
I feel like 10 upvotes to 4 downvotes. You should have felt pretty secure in the village.
You know, I mentioned your name again, Joel, because Barbie asked me about my suspicions. So I was going to go through all 3 of them again. I wasn't going to nominate you.
Standing at the cross.